We're really disappointed to tell you that this defibrillator has been stolen. The machine is here to save lives, so we are working with our suppliers to get this replaced as soon as possible. You just straight up can't have anything anymore without it running the risk of being stolen. Not even things that are supposed to save people's lives. Usually I thought that thieves had a general rule of thumb that don't steal. I hate everybody. We need that meteor now. Hello all of you lovely individuals, and welcome back to another video for the day. We are heading back into r/iamatotalPOS because the world sucks. We need that meteor, and Yellowstone might as well be, you know what, I'm just gonna go straight up cause Yellowstone. Be right back. You know what? A little harder than you thought. Okay, so you know what? If you want to be a pal and be awesome, some more videos like this, you know what to do. Hit the like, comment, subscribe, Lego. Caption on this one stated that a senior Pentagon official ran a vicious dogfighting ring and executed the losing animals with jumper cables. You know, the second I saw, like, a high-ranking government official, the first thing that came through my mind was, oh yeah, no, this just adds on to the list of all of the horrendous things that people can get away with as long as, you know, they just pay the fine. Laws are rules for people to not break for some, but for others, it's really just the cost to be able to do such of a thing. There wasn't much on the initial post itself outside of the caption and the photo, but I did a little bit of digging, which honestly was not that hard since I just copied and did a Google search for the caption on itself, and yeah, there's a whole lot to this. He actually did get charged. In Washington, a senior Defense Department official ran a vicious dogfighting ring and used jumper cables to execute animals that lost the savage battles, according to recently released court documents. Frederick Douglass Moorfield Jr., 62, the Pentagon's Deputy Chief Information Officer for Command, Control, and Communications, is charged with promoting and further animal fighting venture, the Maryland U.S. Attorney's Office announced Monday. Great. Home state Maryland representing, unfortunately. The investigation into Moorfield, who named his dogfighting business Jihad Kennels, an apparent homophone of jihad, began in 2018 when Anne Arundel County Animal Control discovered the bodies of two dogs in plastic bags that included mail addressed to his Arnold, Maryland home, according to a recently unsealed affidavit in the case. The distribution and number of recent and healed dog bite wounds, scars, present on both dogs was consistent with organized dogfighting. An FBI agent wrote in the affidavit, based on his information, I believe that Moorfield sponsored each of these dogs in a dogfight. Veterinary medical examiners were unable to determine the dog's cause of death, but the investigator believes Moorfield ended them himself if they did not die in a fight, according to the report. Do you work at the Pentagon? You are already making $150,000 to $250,000 a year easily. You can find some way to keep yourself busy that doesn't involve you being a sicko. With the text log saying, yo, the mutt quit 50 minutes in, F these dogs, and then a video of what I'm assuming is the fight. Investigators discovered Moorfield lists at least 18 dogs on a dogfighting pedigree website dating back to at least 2002. Individuals who sponsor dogs for dogfighting and often end the dogs that lose the fight. And as a result of these fights, I believe the dogs that were ended during the fight or that Moorfield ended each of them afterwards for performing poorly, the investigator added. In his esteemed career, Moorfield is accused of being involved in dogfighting throughout his career as a civilian employee for the Defense Department, which began in October of 2008 when he was hired as Director of Strategic Planning for the Air Force Spectrum Management Office, according to his LinkedIn profile. Since then, he has held various Pentagon leadership positions before taking on his current role in March of 2020. He also served 9 years in the Air Force before leaving the service in 1998, according to the profile. In the brutal evidence, in a September 6th search of his home, the FBI discovered 5 pit bull-type dogs kept in small, thick metal cages in a windowless room in the unfinished portion of his basement, according to the affidavit. The room holding these seized dogs contained items generally used to train dogs for fighting, including weighted collars and heavy metal chains, the investigator wrote. agents observed an apparatus that is used for involuntarily inseminating female dogs. Investigators also found a device consisting of jumper cables attached to an electrical plug used to electrocute the dogs after losing a fight, the ends of which were covered in dog hair and blood, according to the affidavit. During the search, Moorfield admitted to using the Jihad alias and said his barber had been watching his dogs the previous weekend, authorities said. He also allegedly falsely told investigators that animal control authorities had already visited his home and observed his dogs. To support his dogfighting operation, Moorfield is accused of placing his dogs on treadmills, feeding them performance-enhancing substances such as steroids and specialized dog food, strapping them onto weighted vests embroidered with the name Jihad Kennels, according to the reports. In Moorfield's iCloud account, I found multiple photographs taken in or around March of 2023 of what appear to be fighting dogs in cages and/or wearing weighted collars consistent with those used to train fighting dogs, the agent wrote. In encrypted messages, Moorfield reportedly conspired with associates to plan dogfights, referring to the female dogs as, yeah, that's not allowed. He also spoke about referring other dogfights in Baltimore. FBI agent also discovered bloodstains from dogfights held at Moorfield's home, as well as syringes and a medical staple, that weapon, meant for closing wounds. Charges filed. Moorfield faces charges of participating in, promotion of, and conspiracy to participate in animal fighting venture, as well as interstate travel in aid of racketeering enterprises, according to the complaint. Prosecutors also accused Moorfield's Glen Burnie, Maryland-based barber, Mario Damon Flythe, 49, of the same charges in the case after investigators discovered conspiratorial messages on the DoD official's phone. During a search, investigators seized 7 dogs from Flythe's property, at least one of which he admitted was a puppy Moorfield had bred and given to him. Agents also discovered dogfighting paraphernalia, including weighted collars and a treadmill at the barber's home. 4 of Flythe's dogs of various breeds appeared unfed, kept outdoors in fenced enclosures. Another 3 were apparently kept in small metal cages that appeared similar to those in which Moorfield kept his dogs. During the search, Flythe admitted to participating in dogfighting in the past and confirmed that the equipment that agents found was used to exercise the dogs, according to the affidavit. He reportedly told investigators that he had been friends with Moorfield, with whom investigators discovered he shared more than 730 phone calls between April 2022 and 2023 for more than a decade. The barber and DoD official reportedly met through the dogfighting community. The fact that there's a community for this shit. What the heck? If convicted, the 2 could face a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison. According to prosecutors, they are currently out on custody, but remain under supervision. Like I stated before, dude was raking in a major paycheck on an annual basis. What was the whole motive between wanting to do this? The fact that there's a community for this, and just the fact of it all in general is absolutely horrible. Have fun getting a job once you and your buddy get out of jail, dude. I'm no genius by any means, but I know for shit sure you ain't getting back into the Pentagon. A woman thought that she was going to die in a dangerous dog attack. A woman who was mauled by 3 dogs in a terrifying attack that was filmed and then shared on social media says that she thought that she was going to die. Speaking publicly for the first time, this person said in the incident in this place caused excruciating permanent pain to her arm. She told the British Broadcasting Channel those dogs were going to kill me, and she only had a split second to escape. She suggested that there needs to be more checks on the owners of the dogs. Her comments come as the government looks to bring a ban on American Bully extra-large dogs, following a spate of recent attacks, including the death of a man in this place. Speaking to the British Broadcasting Channel's Reliable Source podcast, she says, 24, says she does not know who filmed the footage of her attack on the 6th of June, and was upset with how quickly it went viral on social media. It has been watched tens of thousands of times. The British Broadcasting Channel has chosen not to use this clip because of its graphic nature. Police investigating the case discovered one of the dogs involved was an American Pit Bull Terrier, a dog banned in the UK. It was later put down. The other dogs remain in police kennels while further inquiries are carried out. On the post, there was also a link to the actual article that these come from, which provide a little bit more of a context as to how exactly things happened. The two dogs approached her after they were taken off of their leads by their owner. Then she says, and then asked the man to take the dogs away from her, but says that they did not respond to his calls. So in other words, you had a dog that is very much known for its incredibly above average bite strength, not trained, and not on a leash. I don't care who you are, I don't care how familiar you are with your dogs, if you're taking your dogs around new people and they're not trained for shit, keep them on a leash. I've had way too many experiences with people having untrained dogs off of leashes just because they happen to play nice when they're on their own property, but lo and behold, you take them out to a local pet store, literally anywhere in public, yeah, they're going to act differently in a different environment, you dump. Like even recently, I had somebody bring their dog in because it was getting a checkup. They thought, oh, it's perfectly fine, we could just carry him, we don't need a leash or anything. Yeah, no, dog jumped out, ran out the door, almost got hit by a car. I had to run out and shout at a car that was almost going to hit them. And it's owners like that, which very much makes me feel like there needs to be some kind of verification of like a background check or a contractual agreement that you're not going to be a bad pet parent. And you know, it's not like there's leash laws for a reason. Bottom line, I don't care how trained your dog is. If you're in an area that says dogs have to remain on a leash, obey the damn policy. You know, I think whenever I see crap like this, it always makes me think, yeah, driver's licenses, yeah, they're just a little too easy to get. Because let's see, what you got? You got your feet propped up so you can relax and everything, guaranteeing, I can absolutely guarantee this car is on cruise control. You got the phone there, you're playing with a little stormtrooper, and, oh, look, you're a little sleepy, too. The sleepy I can understand, because, I mean, everybody gets tired, but I don't know, you're playing with your phone and a stormtrooper while you're driving. What the shit, lady? Mother allegedly said that the toddler would have been the next Jeffrey Dahmer and made her eat off of the floor because she is free range and called for a girl an a-hole after she died. You know, there's a wonderful way to keep your kid from, you know, acting like that, and it's called being a good parent, but, you know, that's starting to become very, very short in supply nowadays, isn't it? A New York City migrant family lied about a girl getting this happen to her in an attempt to get a larger shelter room. The migrant family accused of SAing a 7-year-old girl at a Queens hotel was released from police custody after the investigators determined that at least one relative coached the child of the girl to make up the story in an attempt to get a larger room at the shelter, a senior law enforcement source told the Post Friday. The 34-year-old man was cut loose after investigators determined that the family rehearsed the sick story with the victim and her twin sister, hoping to incriminate their fellow resident so they could take over his room at this place, according to the source. The initial police report indicated that sisters were playing in the hallway around 9:30 p.m. on Wednesday when a man convinced them to follow him into a room on the second floor, according to sources. Police were told that the man then placed a knife against the neck of one of the girls and then did that. When the twins' mother knocked on the door, the man jumped out the window, according to the initial account. Investigators determined that the parents rehearsed the sick story with their daughters and her twin sister, a senior law enforcement source said. The way I see it whenever these cases come up is that if you lie about this something and then something bad happens to the person you're trying to accuse for this kind of thing, very much there should not be any source of leniency for whatsoever when it comes to you, because if the person was about to go away for 10 years off of a lie, then you should not only have to go away for 6 months. And we've seen way too many times where it unfortunately just absolutely ruins the reputation of somebody because of this lie. But with that, that is going to have to be with the video. If you would like to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up the wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.